welcome to the Friday Night Supper Club. I am Sarah Lynn.
I'm Alicia, and every Friday we like to get together and make a really challenging recipe.
And tonight we have our work cut out for us because we're actually going to be making a chocolate eclair. Believe it or not, this is 3 different recipes sort of combined into one. We're using The Joy of Cooking, which is a real classic cookbook.
So this is a legit French recipe. We're making a true pâte à choux. We're not taking any shortcuts.
We're not sure exactly how this is gonna go. It's our first time.
One thing's for sure, it's gonna be a dessert for dinner kind of night, which I am not upset about.
Kind of night.
All right, we're starting with our pastry cream first so that I can set while we make our pâte à choux.
A pâte à choux.
Pâte à choux.
Pâte à choux is a French term for like this really light pastry dough that basically becomes hollow inside. So I'm separating some eggs.
I am separating a vanilla bean that I'm going to add to milk that we'll bring to a simmer to get it nice and infused, since this is going to be a vanilla flavored pastry cream.
Pastry cream. Now, I don't know how I managed, but I got all 4 of my eggs done without accidentally breaking a yolk into my whites, which is exciting. And then it's just a matter of beating your egg yolks, I should say. We're gonna beat our egg yolks with some granulated sugar. We've got a little bit of flour, and we've got some cornstarch. Full disclosure, I usually leave the whisking in recipes like this to my friend Alicia.
I don't know if you remember last week, but you had to open the wine. So
that is true. All right, so basically you're gonna whip these until they become pale yellow. We're getting very, very close. And then we're going to temper the mixture.
So we're gonna temper it by adding a little bit of the hot liquid to the egg mixture, get that integrated, and then we'll add it back into the hot milk so we're not at risk for any scrambled egg cream.
Now, full stop, neither of us are huge bakers for good reason. We're more artists versus scientists. And like baking is science, and cooking is art.
There's really no going back on a mistake when it comes to pastry filling or pâte à choux. All right, I'm gonna add a bit. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm gonna keep stirring while you do so that we don't scramble these eggs. So look how nice and smooth and gorgeous that's becoming. That's kind of what we're after. I love how I say this like I've done this before. That is baloney.
I've never made this before either, but
looks about right.
We'll see.
Should we tell them that we watched a bunch of YouTube videos last night just
obviously.
to make sure?
Part of the beauty of Friday Night Supper Club is if it doesn't work, it's okay, but who wants to go through all this work to not enjoy an eclair?
Oh yeah, no. I did an extra long run this morning so I could enjoy some eclairs. This is tempered, that's warm. We're going to add it back in. Alicia is gonna take over the stirring, thank goodness. We're gonna get this mixture in here. And hopefully we'll end up with a really beautiful pastry cream / custard at the end of it all. All right, so
oh my
do you want me to scrape
it
while
looks
you hold?
legit.
It doesn't look like very much pastry cream. So I'm hoping there's gonna be enough to fill all of our eclairs.
We won't get to eat too much along the way,
I'm like
usual, just because we want to make sure we save it.
Good.
All right.
Oh, you can eat it. Is it good?
Oh my gosh. It's legit.
That'll do the trick. Now, I am covering this with some parchment paper. You could also do this with plastic wrap. I'm weird about the heat and the plastic wrap sort of thing. So.
I'm not weird about it, but I accept you just as you are.
The next step, my friends, is pâte à choux, or choux paste. Choux is spelled C-H-O-U-X.
Not like the shoe on your foot.
It's this really beautiful French pastry that when it cooks becomes nice and crispy on the outside, but hollow on the inside.
So we are starting with some butter, milk, sugar, and salt. We're gonna let that all warm and melt together. So pâte à choux can totally go wrong if you're not continuously mixing when you add the flour. And we also have to monitor the heat because we don't want to scorch it. So
I seriously cannot imagine trying to do this on your own. Like, it really does take 3 hands.
it's a team sport.
Now, the secret here, according to this ridiculously intense cookbook, is adding the flour all at once and stirring aggressively.
Oh, all at once. You're not gonna add it gradually. Okay.
Are you ready to
All
stir
right.
aggressively?
Woo, woo, woo. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Here it comes.
Okay.
Stir, 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 stir.
We'll see if all the YouTube videos were right.
Oh, it's intense, but look, it is coming together. It's pulling away from the edges. That's a good sign.
Yep. Ooh, it's getting Oh, I'm feeling some intense resistance. Look at this texture.
Oh,
It's becoming a pate choux.
that's the right thing.
That is the right thing. All right, I think it's good.
That's great.
It worked.
Team. The idea here, I think, at this point is just to keep doing that until it cools.
That's gonna take a while.
Do not overcook or overstir at this point. Transfer to a bowl and let it cool for 5 minutes.
Transfer to a bowl. We didn't have a bowl prepared. Come on.
All right. This is good news.
It looks good.
Now we're going to have to exercise patience.
Don't overstir. Don't overstir.
Because if you overstir it, it apparently won't puff up.
My arm's hurting, so it's your turn.
So we basically have to stir these in one at a time.
I'm not brave enough to pour, so I'm spooning.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
This could have been done with a mixer, but I think
That wouldn't be nearly as fun for Friday night stuff. Oh!
we're gonna keep it in the bowl. I love how when you watch baking shows on TV, you get like this false sense of confidence in your abilities. Does that happen to you guys?
I get an honest sense of confidence, and I feel really good about this.
Oh, look at this. We're almost there. Oh! That one almost came right out of the bowl and onto Kristen. Aww. You guys don't know this, but Alicia's dog is actually right between us right now on the floor.
All the time.
She really enjoys being in the kitchen with us. So it's time to transfer this. Do you want me up and over?
Yeah.
How do you want this? Okay.
Yeah.
Teamwork. Up and over into the piping bag. I have always hated filling piping bags.
Oh, I'm nervous about this. Gotta
I
be
think
honest.
You can handle it. Let's get this baby in the oven, 400 degrees for 10 minutes, and then we're going to turn the heat down to 350 degrees for another 25 minutes, and they should be golden brown and delicious. I'm pretty sure we forgot to sprinkle the water on.
That's like one of the most important parts.
Apparently it's not going to get as golden if we don't. But I think it's too late because I think once you interrupt that cooking process, we'd be toast.
They've already been in the oven a while.
We're gonna have to go with it.
Oh,
That's okay, they'll still be delicious.
so much work. I'm blaming this book. The book's layout is terrible.
I actually agree.
Oh, they don't look like they do on TV, do they?
No, they sure don't. That was a real oversight, forgetting to put the water on top, and
Yeah.
it's like pretty clearly outlined. I am surprised by the severity of the cracking, but I will say, on the bright side, we've created reservoirs for extra glaze.
Extra flavor. It was intentional.
On all the baking shows I've ever watched, like the true test is whether or not
Right.
they're hollow, right?
Let's see. Let's see.
Oh yeah, like that side's hollow. That's got like a really good.
This is completely hollow on this side.
And then this one too. It only had like a little bit on the inside where it wasn't hollow.
It's light.
That is a proper choux paste.
I mean, something we did was improper. I'm stoked to get these filled. Let's do it. All right, let's check out our creme. It's nice and thick. It could be a little smoother now that it's thickened up, but I still think it's delicious and it's gonna pipe just fine.
Well, exactly. Like
Yeah.
once it's in an eclair, it won't matter.
Right. Better too thick though than too thin because we wouldn't want it oozing out.
That's actually true.
Okay,
All right.
do you want me to poke the
You
holes?
poke the hole.
How
and then
many,
I'll
2
go
or
in.
3?
I think 3, so that
3?
you get even filling.
Okay.
'Cause that's the thing people always get in trouble for.
This is so exciting.
Oh my gosh, that really is hollow.
It's hollow!
Whoa.
And remember, there's nothing worse than an unfilled eclair, so you want it completely filled. All right, time to make the glaze.
Which, of course, starts with chocolate.
Maybe we need to.
I do not hate this idea. I think a little Irish cream chocolate glaze
Let's
on
just
our
skip the milk.
slightly
It'll make-
imperfect eclairs is going to be just fine.
It'll make me like the chocolate a lot more.
We need just a bit of salt, because anything sweet, of course, always needs a little salt. What if we took your concept a step further and also added Kahlua?
There is an option to add liqueur.
If the joy of cooking supports it, so now, instead of just an Irish cream glaze, we are going to have a mudslide glaze. All right. right, so a few
I love butter.
bits of butter at a time to get a nice glossy finish. That looks pretty darn good to me. I'm actually really excited to taste
I'm
that.
so excited to do the dipping. All right, I'll choose like.
You dip, I'll sip. How's that?
I want to sip.
Yeah.
This one has a good crevice to hold on to the flavors.
Pick up all the goodness. Our mudslide dip.
It looks like an eclair.
Okay, that seriously does look like an eclair, people.
You can't even really see the crevice.
Legit.
I mean, come on.
To be honest, our attempt at this chocolate mixture has gone a little awry. It's seizing a little bit and it's starting to separate.
Well, there
But
is
that's
a bunch
okay.
of Baileys and Kahlua in it, so.
But I bet you it's still gonna be delicious. Guys, those are eclairs. Are you excited? I feel like after all of this work, getting to taste
I
is
know.
the best part. What?
What?
That is totally
It's filled with cream.
full. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It really tastes like an eclair.
I think this could be a bakery eclair. Come on.
I have to say, for as much as we didn't give our pate choux very much credit, it's kind of perfect.
This is very impressive. We are impressive. What can I say?
All right, so all things considered, despite how challenging this actually was to pull off, the taste made it all worthwhile. We hope you will give this one a try, and we will link The Joy of Cooking in the description box below.
And if you have any challenging baking recipes that you want us to try, feel free to leave them in the comments. We may be willing to take them on.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And hit the bell, and we will see you next week for another Friday Night Supper Club.
Indeed we will. But these eclairs will be long gone.
Yeah, you can't have these, sorry. The cream is so good.
I don't know how I would eat another store-bought eclair ever again.